Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about Bethesda, Skyrim and bugs and some of Bethesda's favourite things when it comes to not fixing bugs. Let's start with the old story about the Navmesh bug. Now, for free games, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim, I kept reporting this bug and for free games Bethesda ignored it. I got moderated for it, banned for it because I wouldn't shut up, right? And they got sick of hearing it, and they didn't treat one of their customers very well that was reporting a defect in their products. Let's put it that way, right? Because Bethesda like to see us all as children, not customers, which is it's a problem with the gaming community when they treat their customers like children because that's not how customer care works, Bethesda. So anyway, I made a video. I put it on YouTube. And all the people I used to fight all the time with, the modding community that did things differently and couldn't make mods like mine but would insist on telling me how to do them, we all decided that this bug needed fixing and they took my video, enemies of mine took my video and they put it everywhere. And as a consequence, it got fixed. The bug got fixed. When people that disagreed with each other strongly came together, Bethesda had to give in and fix the damn thing. But it's one of the few examples where they have. Now, other examples like is dead command and trigger boxes, which I've mentioned before, these never did get fixed. And I don't believe the commands themselves are buggy. I think it's a symptom of the game engine itself. If you imagine like this dead command, the way the bugs work in that, you've got to count up to 10, right? And each number is a dead enemy. So you've got 10 enemies, and when you get to the 10th dead one, the quest knows they're all dead, and it triggers a congratulations message. But this is what happens. One dead enemy, that's his dead one. Is dead two, is two dead enemies. Is dead three, is three dead enemies. Blah! Is dead five, is four enemies. Oops, see, it's miscounted. Because Blur didn't get heard. The game engine was too busy to hear that fourth one. So 5 is now 4. By the time you get to 10, you've only counted up to 9. So it's never going to meet 10. It's never going to say there's 10 dead, so that's the end. So the quest never ends. That's led to my Demon Hunter mod being pulled completely. Certain Civil War mods I've made getting pulled completely. Me having to remove quests from the Skyrim Fighters Guild because of it. It's also, I think, why trigger boxes don't work reliably. Which is why you get them working for a couple of months, then they'll release a patch or something, then suddenly it'll break because you get so much going on in the background under the engine, under the surface. You don't see what the engine's running. That sometimes there's so much going on, it just doesn't hear the scripts communicating with the game. Messages get missed, and certain commands are prone to it, and where others are less prone to it. And one of the workarounds that Bethesda use is when you enter in a dungeon and you've got to clear a dungeon, instead of counting how many dead you kill, they just have a big boss at the end. You kill the boss, you win the level. That's how they work around it. One command to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. And so you go in there, and the advantages is you can be a stealthy character, sneak around all the guards, kill the boss, sneak out, and you could still win. But you wouldn't get much experience from that, and you would level up very slowly. Whereas if you went in there and sneaked in and killed each one individually, you'd get a lot more experience, and you'd level up a lot faster. But that there is a workaround for the very issues I'm talking about. And Bethesda use that quite a lot, but it makes their missions a little bit dull when you know you've just got to kill the guy at the end to finish it. In the end, you're forced down that route to make quests like that because these bugs are quite severe and they haven't been fixed. So anyhow, so Bethesda's workarounds usually involve leaving the issue alone and trying to find another way to deal with it. I don't know why. I think it might be something to do with who makes the game engine and who's available to fix its issues. Because a lot of times we call this middleware, right? The software used to make a game, that's middleware. Now, the middleware itself is made by somebody else usually. Bethesda own their own, but I don't know whether their team for doing it is either their full-time, part-time, or a very small team, right? Or whether they're even available to fix bugs, or maybe they can't fix bugs. Maybe they just not got the skill set, or maybe they're not the ones that did it originally. They don't understand the engine they're working on. There's a lot of different things it could be, but it's the engine itself causing the issues, and Bethesda only really focus on the engine between games. So when you go from Oblivion to Skyrim, they're already worked on the game engine. We see it introduced, in Skyrim and Fallout 4. And then between Fallout 4 and Skyrim, say the next games, Starfield, they will do it again. They will update the engine again and will introduce new issues. The only hope we have is that they fix the issues at that point, so it's not in the next game. But it can cause some serious problems for us, but there's not a lot we can do. But it does translate to your end. There's random unexplained issues that nobody seems to be able to do anything about, unfortunately. Anyway, just thought you might find that interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.